Hey guys, what's up? What's good? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, dammydayss, back again with another video. So today I wanted to talk to you about some of the things I've noticed that have changed in my routine that has helped me to be more productive. I remember my last birthday last year. Somewhere after that, it dawned on me that I'm about to be this age that I'm coming into, that my next birthday is a big birthday. So I felt like my mind, it didn't last for long, but my 24th birthday was definitely a deep resolve. I had to look within myself. I was like, Dami, you have a year. Not that any time is taken or anything. I'm loving growing older. I'm loving maturing and evolving. But I knew that enough of the dilly-dallying, that I had certain things. There's a certain person that I want to be. There's a certain person that I want to build. And I felt like at that point where I was, am I even seeing that person? Like, can I peak that, How serious am I in actually working towards building that self? So I was like, Lord help me, literally. But the months went by, the weeks went by, tried different things. And it was only recently that I was looking back, reflecting. That's why it's good to introspect and reflect. And I was like, you know what? My birthday is about to come up soon. And I didn't want to feel the way I felt last year about myself. I always want to be like, this is the woman that I love. Like, this is the woman that I want to be in this present moment. Obviously, we're keeping on with getting better. But at this time, I am happy with what I'm doing. Am I happy with what I'm doing? Am I happy with how I'm living? Am I happy with how I'm carrying myself? And recently, in that reflection, I was like, you know what? The Lord has truly helped me. He has truly helped me. And if I, by the grace of God, if I continue to ride on enabling grace, that this birthday will come and I would be proud of the woman that I'm become. I would be proud of the person that I am now and the person I am becoming through these tips and these things that I have been able to change thus far. As I keep getting better. So I was thinking and I outlined a couple of things that I used to do that I now do and how it's changed, and some of the key things that I believe has helped me be more productive, because it all went back to productivity, because there's still a lot to do, but I just need to zone into that headspace and do things right. So let's get right into it. So one of the first things, one of the first areas for me was reducing decision fatigue. When you don't realize how much making of decisions can actually cause tiredness, can actually just cause fatigue and, being lethargic. So I tried to put things in place to just reduce having to make decisions consistently. I saved that mental power. So one of the first things goes into things like my work outfits. Yes, I want to look nice and change my outfits in different ways every day, but it's not necessary. It's actually not necessary unless I plan those outfits beforehand. Whatever I pick at the start of the week, I'm only having another variation of that to the end of the week. Like, not that you wear the same thing for like 7 days. Obviously, that's nasty. But I'm not giving myself too many options. We're wearing black trousers and we're wearing a simple top. I'm not trying to do any styling or anything in the middle of a working week, because I know my hours are already taken by work. So I don't have time to be thinking about different styles, unless, again, thankfully, one of the things that's helped me is just getting rid of any extras, like too many things in my wardrobe. I don't need too many clothes, but I buy the clothes that I know that I love, that I need, basics that can go with many things, so I'm not having to think about different things. On Sunday, on the weekend, we can do that, but not during the week. So I take away that. Same with food. I love food. If you know me, I love eating good. I love to cook. I enjoy cooking. And if I see a meal on Instagram, I'm cooking it that day, bro. I'm at the shop, I'm buying what I need to do, and I'm satisfying what I say. But I'm like, dummy, it's not needed, Thankfully, I think for that season, it helped me to learn how to cook and all of that. But now I still love eating fresh. I believe it's an investment in my body to cook and to eat healthy and to just enjoy my cooking. I love cooking for the people I love, but I had to reduce that decision because decisions goes to what am I eating for dinner. So now it's a case of I plan that beforehand, and I do more. I meal prep, but not as much because I don't like eating again the same things for too long. But I meal prep and I ingredient prep in a way that I have things in my fridge that if I wanted to whip up, it shouldn't take me more than 20-30 minutes if I was to do it in a day. But most of the time, especially my work lunches, I bulk that for the week. So especially I found like bulgur wheat. I won't bulk something like spaghetti. I feel like that's just a recipe for disaster. I like spaghetti off the stove. So if I was to bulk cook, it would be something like bulgur, because like bulgur wheat or quinoa or couscous or rice, something like easy to like put together. And another way is having different side dishes. So if I'm having bulgur wheat and kale today, tomorrow I can have bulgur wheat and broccoli. Those are little variations, but it's already set in the fridge and I don't have to think too much about it. In the evening, I already have, because I've chosen the meals I want to eat this week, those things are in the fridge. I'm not having to go to the shop again during the week when I already have my shopping day set. You know what I mean? So reducing decision fatigue has been a big one for me, and I'm still looking for ways to reduce that so that I'm not having to take up that mental space. Number 2 is finding a different way to do something. When I got to this point of reflection last year, it wasn't that I wasn't trying, it was that I was clearly trying and it wasn't working. So rather than as I say, you keep doing what you've been doing and expecting a different result. So I had to change things. There are certain things that I knew and I wished that they would work for me, but at this present time, and based on the last few months and years, it's not produced results, Dami. So let's find a different way. So one of that was reading. Now thankfully I think I'm much better at reading, but I started with Audible. I had to move from actually reading to listening. I don't like when people say they read books but you listen to it, bro. Reading is a skill. There's a skill in reading, and I would still love to get to the point of actually reading, but until I'm able to do that, I have to consume information another way. So listening is another way, is the way I started this year, and I've consumed more books this year than I've ever done in the last few years of my life because I changed that. And funny enough, because I also did that, I'm actually reading more now because I think I've seen how much information I'm missing if I'm not reading. But I'm not, the pressure of finishing a book at this time, at this speed, doesn't apply anymore, because I want to do that. I listen to it, and then the books I read them at the pace that my schedule allows. But in saying that, under the same category of finding another way to do it, I have found that scheduling things helps me so much. Helps me, but you also have to be disciplined, obviously, with the schedule, which is, I guess, the difference. You have to be committed to it. So I have a set day. I have set things that I have to do in the morning. It's not that each morning is different. I was speaking to my colleague at work. She'll probably laugh if she watches this. And I was asking her what time she wakes up every day. And she says it depends on when she's starting work. Because sometimes she starts at 11, sometimes she starts at 9. And I was like, really? I can't relate. So I try and keep, no matter what's going on, unless it's the weekend, Saturday, I try and sleep in a little bit more because your girl, I need sleep. I'm a woman. I've got hormones. It's part of prioritizing my health. But during the week, the majority of the days, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, how I'm doing, unless, again, I'm on holiday. But I try and keep my routines the same, because falling out of a routine and bringing it back is difficult until you solidified it. I try and wake up at the same time. And I also try and just do the same things in the morning and not do too much, but do the same thing. So for me, if I know, let's say I used to feel guilty in the past that I've not prayed, I've not done this, I've not done this, I've not done this. The truth is, for the time I have before work, it's impossible to do all of those things. So I say, for example, the mornings are, after saying a quick prayer when I wake up, the mornings are for reading my Bible and reading my books and going to the gym on the days that I've set. That's fine, Dami. Like, let's do that first, and let's do that well. And as we get more time later, as we navigate that, so for me, it's just I have these 2 things, these 3 things, these 4 things, whatever you set. This is what I'm doing in the morning, this is what I have to do in my evenings, this is what I have to do during my days, this is what I have to do, and it's scheduled. I know those things I just mentioned, for example, wouldn't work for me for like a Sunday morning, for example, because my Sunday mornings can be all over the place. But I know that on these set days, this is the routine that works for me. And just being able to just get up and do these 3 things, make it simple. We're not trying to complicate things. We're not trying to over exert ourselves and then not to do anything. I know this is what I have the time and the capacity for at this moment, and then I can schedule intense prayers later on, for example, or I can schedule that work task for another time in the day, and I know that's that time, but this time is this time. So scheduling and sticking to that schedule has allowed me, and you find that when you do that, you tend to you do more things because you set time for certain things, not that you have so many, because my mind's always running at 100 and something speed. I don't know, like I'm always thinking, like I have to, my note, if you see my notes app, yeah, like I try, and what helps me is pouring my thoughts down on paper or in a notebook. But what I find that if I need to, for example, I need to scan my passport the other day, I missed it. I've been missing it the last couple of weeks, and I was just like, damn, you know what, just set that time, 7 p.m. after work, pop it in your calendar, scan passport. And firstly, it just removes that from my mind. My mind doesn't subconsciously store that somewhere, and it's taking up energy. I know that I've dealt with it by scheduling it in a time that is fitting for me. Which leads me nicely to my 3rd point, which is routines. Just try and get yourself in a routine. The routine doesn't have to be hectic, it doesn't have to be rigorous, but the things that are important to you. For me, I knew I wanted to read more in this year. I wanted to grow in wisdom. I wanted to be more productive. I wanted to grow spiritually. So prioritize those things and have routines for them, and aim to stick to those routines. Schedule days for it, schedule times. My alarm goes off at every point in the day, if you know me. Like now I even have like 5 alarms for drinking water. Sometimes it doesn't help, but most times it does, because I know I need to drink more water. But obviously maybe buying a big bottle doesn't help, or so I know that I have certain things that I can put in place that would help me, whether that is a bottle with times, and I put those times on my alarm. So when my alarm goes off, no matter where I am, my bottle's probably close to me. I might not have thought of it before that alarm goes off, but when the alarm goes off, I know I'm going to sip water. I might not drink a lot, but I'm going to sip water. And I know that I've tried. I've tried, you know? Which again leads me to my next point, number 4, avoiding keeping mental tabs open. Again, like I said, for me, I am privileged to be involved in different things, and to also want to do different things in my own personal time. So I guess as a creative, my mind is always going back and forth. I remember there was a time I had to go somewhere to chill with someone, and I realized how much I plan fun. Like I don't see myself as a boring person or someone that doesn't like enjoyment. I'm definitely an enjoyment kind of girl, but it has to be planned. Like I can't just up and go. But this day I had to up and go because I promised this person and I forgot. So I went, and the way my heart was just speeding, my mind was just speeding, just having to be still. I was like, Dami, this is not the place to be. And that was just because I had these many things that of course I needed to do. But to be honest, they all didn't have to be done at that time. I just had to pour that out on paper. I just had to put that somewhere that I can do it. So I need to do this thing. When is the deadline? When is the latest I can do it? When is the appropriate time I should do it? And pop that in your calendar. Pop that at a time, so that when it comes up, I usually give myself like 2 weeks, 3 weeks now. I give myself like a couple of reminders, so I know this is the first time. Okay, where am I now? Can I do this? Can I not? But ideally, I've popped it in the calendar because this is the time that I should start it if I don't want trouble for myself later or my mind. Do you get what I mean? So avoiding mental tabs and keeping them open. And the way I keep mine closed is by dealing with it, by scheduling another time for it. Doesn't mean I have to do it now, but I need my mind to be empty. I don't need to feel like I'm on something, you know? And finally, outsourcing. I was so stubborn headed with this, but I've seen how it helps, and I look forward to outsourcing many more things. There are many things that I love to do myself, and I have learned to do and enjoy doing. But as they say, if you can delegate for someone to do 70% of even how much you do it, then it's worth delegating to another person. It frees your time, but it also allows the work to get done. Obviously, people outsource cleaning of their house, of cooking. I'm not at that point yet because I don't have like a big family, or my schedule doesn't interrupt me from doing that. Now that would be nice, but that's just not where I'm at now. I'll definitely get there. But one of the things that I've seen a big difference in, and also just in like I've sourced different things, but my editing, many people told me, Dami, outsource this. And I was like, I like my edits in a certain way. Like, I don't understand how you can get someone else to edit for you. But my husband got an editor a few months ago. And I was just looking at him. I was like, this guy, like, you know what you're doing, you know? It took me for someone next close to me to, I guess, show me what the results are. He doesn't have to think about that. So now, in that running of my mind where I'm thinking, okay, I've got time now, I need to do editing. Editing has always and forever be at the back of my mind because I know I have so many content. I just can't edit it. And it's not that I can't. I love editing. I enjoy editing. But for me to edit a video upon all the other things I do is tight. So I have to prioritize what is more important here, getting the content out or getting the editing done by myself. So, and trialing that just showed me the power of outsourcing. That chapter is closed in my mind. I don't have to obviously communicate and stuff what I want, but I just have to focus on filming, and the work gets done. So these are the little things that have changed in my routine that I've definitely seen a difference in my productivity level, and I look forward to the results that it would bring, and it would bear the fruits that it would bear. I look forward to evolving even more in my productivity and having just being the person I don't want to be. So if you have any tips, please let me know, and I'll be sure to incorporate them. If I have any more tips, I'll be back to share. But by the grace of God, we'll keep getting better, we'll keep growing, we'll keep glowing, we'll keep achieving, we'll just keep hitting the bar high. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. I love you so much. If you didn't watch the video, if you don't interact, then I mean, I'll probably cry. But the fact that you are here, even if it's just one person, gives me so much joy, and I'm so grateful. Have a lovely day, and until next time, thank you so much for watching.